Hello. Hello, hello. Oh, I just realized my notification probably said that we're playing FPS. Exactly correct. We're starting off with RE4 Otome Edition. I have another soda with me today, so I apologize if you hear any of the splashies. I will be switching to water at some point because it's a visual novel. It'll be loud at points. I'm trying to make sure I tried to make sure that I have all the volume adjusted and everything, but I might not have gotten all of it down correctly. I apologize. It's very loud. I'm pretty sure it's not voiced. And it might have some language, but I don't expect a lot of people to drop in, so I'm not too worried. I will also be recording for, well, I'm not recording, but I will be downloading this later, and it will be going back up on the YouTube, archived on the YouTubes, you know? Alright, let me switch to the game. I got the minimal layout today, just to make it a bit easier to look at. Hopefully this layout's alright. If not, it doesn't really matter if I'm in front of the text or something, because I'll be talking. I'll be reading it out. I'm already feeling my throat dry up a little bit. So let me drink some water. After we finish chapter 1, I'll probably need to go to the bathroom or something like that. Alright. I checked all the games. There's no like settings that have to be adjusted or anything for any of them. At least none that I saw. So whenever we switch games, we should be good to just start up. From what I understand, 2 of them are horror games, and this is only visual novel today. Not capturing my cursor. That's okay. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm gonna get started now.
Resident Evil 4.
I don't know what to expect. I mean, I kind of do, based on screenshots, but 2004. I'll never forget it. Oh. Oh.
Talk about near-death experience.
Ashley, get out of there!
It was the year everything changed. Became the president's daughter.
So, we kidnapped the president's daughter in order to give her our power and then send her back.
Alright, it's a little quiet. It's a little quiet. Let me... Many years have passed since that horrendous incident, and all the time, I've never told anyone my side of the story. My name is Ashley Graham, and it's about time. Chapter 1, holding to a hero. Fantastic already. I'm loving it. Oh my gosh, that's a cute little school character thing. Or I chose loading each chapter, so this is probably the only time we'll see an actual loading screen, and I think there's about 12 or so episodes in each chapter. So, maybe more. Around 13. I'm kind of excited for the Resident Evil 4 remake. Partially why I chose to play this today. Because I thought it would be interesting with that. But very excited. Hold on. I know what the problem is. Let's see that. I know what I can adjust. My toss might be a little off now, but it's okay. Oh my gosh! There it is! Phew, exams are done, thank goodness. God, I can't believe I'm gonna make a C in government. I can just hear Daddy griping about it. Think of the headlines, Ashley. President's daughter can barely pass college government course. Administration's credibility in doubt. It's not that it was hard, just supremely dull. Political theory is already tedious, and it didn't help that Dr. Duvrox is a total mandroid. I don't think I've heard many of the names actually said aloud, some of the Resident Evil 4 villain names. And I've played pretty much all of the original one. And I've seen several people play it, but I can't think of how they say any of the names. Where are all the young, passionate teachers? That's what my generation needs. Dad's always pushing me to find a pet project. Well, I guess I'll have plenty of time to think of a pitch on the way back to DC. For now, better hurry and find my driver before Jenna finishes her exam. She's never more than a few minutes behind me. I'm starting to think it's intentional. I pulled out my phone to call my driver, only to find that the battery had died while I was taking my exam. Darn, I really need to remember to charge this thing more often. I don't need Daddy griping to me about that, too. Well, at least John is the predictable sort. He'll probably just be outside my residence hall. I started walking towards my sorority building and quickly stopped. And quickly spotted my driver's usual car. The person standing next to the car, however, was anything but expected. Oh. Excuse me, sir, but are you looking for me? You're Ashley Graham. Yes, listen, it's about my father's recent statement about slashing the veterans budget. I don't... No, I'm your bodyguard. I've been sent by the president to escort you back home. Oh. Oh? Daddy told me that I would be getting a new bodyguard.
Got you off guard, didn't I?
In the flesh, caught you off guard, didn't I? Yeah, definitely. Although, did something change? Dad said I wouldn't meet my new bodyguard until I got back home. His name is Big Guns? Oh, don't give the side eye. He was thinking too long about that. Yes. Yes, what? Yes, to the change of plans. We received intel suggesting you might be a target for kidnapping. What? Here in the hallowed halls of Harvard? Now his name is Jacked. We don't know exactly, but they didn't want to take any chances. That's why I'm here. With a dubious chuckle. Probably just another dude who thinks muscles are a good replacement for tact. Been there, done them. Well, Mr. Bodyguard, do you have a name to go by? It's Klaus. Klaus, huh? Is that German or Austrian, maybe? do remind me of Arnold Schwarzenegger with the muscles and the scowl. When I was in the military, a few did call me the Terminator. Sure. Yeah. I really don't want to know the context. Hey, don't go anywhere. Huh? Can't say I would have pinned him as the dedicated recycler. Really doesn't pay to stereotype. I think that was disposing of evidence. Anyway, are you ready to go? Well, I was thinking of grabbing a few things from my dorm room. Well, I arranged for it to be brought to you. Don't know who we can trust out here. Come on, it'll only take a few minutes. Besides my roommate. Hey, Ashley, wait up! Looks more right to see Jenna running towards us faster than one would think in 6-inch heels. Klaus, do you know what that sound is? No. It's the sound of batch. I'm at an A in government, and I'm here to gloat. I can't be here for this. Act like we're in a hurry, Cloud. Some of us are, Ash. I waved dismissively to Jenna as I approached the passenger door. Sorry, Jenna, I'm kind of in danger. I'll write you on AIM. AIM. I was gonna say AIM, but I was reading it a little too fast. But well, is it chopped off on the side? It's just a little bit. I think that's okay though. You can't see it, but behind me is an inventory option. This is inventory. Oh my gosh, she's doing the grenades thing. How can I hold all these? Info, my phone. It's a flip phone my parents got me for my birthday last year. I can tell by the lack of any colors that Dad got his way with on this one. Looks like the battery's dead. $50 whole. Klaus and I left inside the car. It's a little neater than John usually keeps it. It still smells like his cologne. Because Klaus doesn't get his own ride. It's a small cost on the war on terror that you don't think about. Oh right, this is like George Bush? W. Bush? I can't remember which one it was. 2004? Finally. Oh, stop complaining and just go. Consider it done. I'll start up the car, which kept me from hearing what Jenna was trying to say as she ran up to the door. I hate that I have to indulge her just to keep her from gossiping about me. The press. She doesn't even want to talk to me. She just wants to compare bodyguards and grades. Well, Klaus, you're part of the Grammarly family now. Grammarly? I split the word automatically. It was very strange. You're part of the Grammarly now. So you should roll down the window and tell Jenna how important your mission is. Maybe then she'll go away. Ashley, is this your new bodyguard? Oh, he just flash grenaded her? Oh my god, Cloud, did you just blow up Jenna? It's a flash grenade. I saw somebody popping their head out of the bushes behind her. Yeah, it's called paparazzi. Practically live in the bushes. Have you not worked with famous people before? Just a bunch of flies looking for shit. Oh. Where's the harm in swatting a few? Because those flies are people, Cloud. People who can file lawsuits. And with Jenna roped in, oh my god, she'd be feeding quotes to the tabloids for weeks. I thought it said fleeting. I'm very confused.
Just trying to have fun.
Relax, princess. Just trying to have fun. Besides, a couple weeks from now, I doubt anybody's gonna care. Let me check options real quick. Make sure the things aren't too... Oh, I want louder music. Louder sound effects. Fine, and... sure the speed's pretty good. I like her little loading face. It's very cute. Besides, a couple weeks from now, anyone will care. Glad you're so optimistic, but just humor me by going for more low-key fun from now on, okay? Anybody asked, we'll just fall back on kidnapping threat you mentioned. Sounds like a plan. As Klaus drove away, I looked at Jenna as she stumbled around blindly, groping at the air. That should have concerned me more at the time, but pettiness is a hell of a drug. See her little face? Her smile just in the corner there? That was interesting. I'm not. Wouldn't have taken Klaus for the Samba type. I wonder if he's gay. Did I not just say it doesn't pay to stereotype? I'm getting worried that hypocrisy is hard-coded into the Graham gene pool. Oh, she speaks like a young teen. I am no longer. Still, I wish he'd say something. It's downright claustrophobic in here. Maybe he'd entertain a few questions. But seriously, what do I say? How much fun or steroids? There's gotta be something. I turned the music knob down a little and Klaus's eyes darted towards me. Definitely should avoid the steroid question. How about the scar? So, how'd you get that scar, if you don't mind me asking? What scar? Oh, nothing. Must have just been the light. Oh man, I must be sensitive about his sloppy concealer job. I should try to be more thoughtful and encouraging about his explorations. Once I've rallied from this, I'll suddenly give him some tips. Driver. Oh yeah, he's the bad guy, isn't he? He's the cloak guy. Told you can't remember names. So I can't believe John didn't say anything to me. I know he didn't like me that well, but he was my bodyguard for the last 2 years. Did you meet him before you came here? Yeah, I saw him. Oh yeah? What'd he say? What? What? Hello? Good riddance. What? Should I be worried? Oh, that's unkind, but it does sound like something John would say. Oh well, hopefully we'll get along better. I think we're gonna get along just fine. Oh, me too. You know, throwing grenades at Jenna notwithstanding, I mean, it was kind of funny in hindsight, but it's like Dad is always telling me, we have to anticipate the optics. In my world, the optics are for bureaucrats to worry about. I get stuff done. Right, man of action and all that. But ladies aren't battlefields, clown. We like a little sensitivity. Right. You know, it's like that other thing Dad is always saying. The tongue is a gun, best left in its holster. That's actually a pretty good phrase. Unless you're a boyfriend Dad doesn't know about, of course. No chit-chat, we're taking a detour. A detour where? Klaus? Klaus swerved on a dirt road off the highway. At the speed he was going, I felt that my intestines had become a trampoline for my stomach. The path eventually leveled as we came into a clearing, allowing me to complain more properly. What's the big deal, Klaus? You're not Mad Max. He wanted you back ASAP, just doing my job. At this rate, he might not have a job for a whole lot longer. Alright, we're here. Let's go. Klaus brought the car to a screeching halt and motions for me to get out. Where is here exactly? It's a helipad. We're gonna fly. You okay with that? Not if you're gonna cop an attitude. This guy is something else. Being all pissy with me, but it's not like I supported the bill for veterans' budget cuts. Taking out your aggression on a sweet summer child just isn't right. I kind of love her. I love the attitude. Looking around, we seemed to be suspiciously empty in a remote helipad. I had a sinking feeling in my gut that something was amiss. Hey, Cloud, is this an official US military helipad? I've been to a bunch, but this seems a little underfunded. Oh no.
A little too quick for you?
Oh no. I'm not in the mood for your snark, Klaus. You tell me what's going on right now.
No, we're talking.
You're being kidnapped, Ash. The rest isn't for you to worry about. How could you do this to me? Do our mutual nicknames mean nothing to you? It was fun while it lasted. Is this about money? My dad can give you money. Sorry, girlie. What I want is access to Lord Sadler. And you're the payment. Lord who? My god, what kind of political scandals am I getting wrapped up in this time? Huh, let it slip. Almost let it slip. Enough talk. Time to fly, princess.
You're mine.
That was kind of badass. I woke disoriented. Oh. Am I dreaming? I feel as heavy as I do when I eat a dozen Krispy Kremes. Not that I've ever done that yesterday. Ugh, now I remember that bastard Klaus knocked me out. Did he tie me up? Why do I feel cold? Ugh, I feel so tired. But I gotta push past it. Come on, Ashley, open your eyes. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. Oh my Christ. It's a Cenobite. Ah, our precious friend is awake. Surprising. Wait, no, I think it's just a really ugly wizard. Not that he couldn't be both. I mean, that was Pinhead, but a wizard of pain? But more to the point. Oh god, I don't want to be tortured. The names are incredible, I love it. Be at peace, Ashley. Your guest of honor. Guest of honor? In what, North Korea? I hope you don't mind receiving gifts from an older gentleman, Ashley. It is a once-in-a-lifetime gift, after all, unmatched in the world. Freedom. That sounds gross. Not your Hollywood version of freedom, no. True freedom. From burden, responsibility, indecision, you will never have another worry in your mind. Blissful ignorance of youth will be everlasting. What is this guy talking about? He's blathering about freedom, and I'm strapped to what feels like a dentist chair. The irony might kill me before he does. Wait a second. Is this that Lord Saddle man that Klaus mentioned? Why does he look like he just came from a gothic Ren Fair? And slightly more importantly, why does he look like he lived 3 lifetimes? Does that sound wonderful? Free from the confusion and filth of this world? Living in endless bliss? Is that not the very essence of heaven? I like that his name says you. Because I agree. Wow, that's like the exact argument my Sunday school teacher gave to encourage abstinence. It didn't work then. It won't work now. She shook her head no. Your resistance is natural. Few people embrace change so readily, but you will see the light soon enough. Great, a real Aunt Lydia type. That'll be easy to reason with. Stay calm, Ashley. Kidnapping survival course prepares you for this exact scenario. Just need to apply its lessons wisely. First, knowledge is power. Second, Courtesy is the password to safety. Third, if you look back, you'll soon be going that way. Wait, those might just be fortune cookie sayings. Hey, point made, which is that I need to ask me more questions. I think that's a typo. It's okay. Need to ask more questions. Are you a televangelist? Where am I? So, New World Order. Where am I? As tired as I feel, I'm clearly basting in sedatives, so a simple question is probably the best. I just gotta push past the fatigue. Where am I? Where are you? I suppose there's no harm in you knowing now. You're in Spain. Don't worry. You won't be here for long. You'll go as quickly and quietly as you came. Oh, there's another person in the room? Yes, Barto. It seems that our precious guest would like your assistance in obtaining our power. Sadler. Barto? God alive. It's like Diet Butterball. Yes. Move into my periphery. Thanks. At least I won't be visually traumatized. Now, my minion, remember to put in the needle slowly. We wouldn't want to hurt our new friend after all. His name was Lordy. I felt a prick at the nape of my neck, followed by something shooting into my bloodstream. Something squirmy. I would have felt more revolted. And I had the energy. And I had that if I had the energy. Perfect. I'm not saying that. You're really living up to your name. Cerebros. Grossling. Please stop. Yes, I will feed you after. I will feed you after you finish sweeping up the room. Now go. I feel my already tenuous conscience beginning to fade again. I struggled to stay awake, but it was in vain. The only comfort was the departure of those hideous men. Sorry. Sorry, I drank my water too fast. Oh, sorry. I saw that peek into the red. I apologize. I had to drink some water. As the eternal darkness swallowed me, I uttered a single prayer to whoever could hear. Yikes. Ashley's call was absorbed by the darkness. Father, I brought Sarah as you asked. Good. Place him in the dresser and lock it tightly. Will the Lord punish him for what he stole from us, Father? It depends entirely on the good doctor and his cooperation. Whether or not he chooses to atone, we will regain what is ours. Father Mendez. Speak, my child. The American agent. He has been spotted outside the village. Then let us set our plan into motion. Has the president's daughter been secured? Oh, is this Lewis? Yes, Father, she is in the church. Good, we must keep the agent from reaching her. You, return to the village and instruct the others to deter him at all costs, but keep him alive if you can. As a precaution, take this file and leave it in the village. Somewhere the American agent will likely find it. If you do not capture him first, it should guide him here. Then I will deal with him personally. Yes, Father, under your eye. Consider your remaining time a gift, Sarah. Hopefully you will not squander this one. Dun dun dun! You've entered an insane world. Wow, we're already on episode 4. Church bells? Ugh, what is this? Satan's alarm clock? I covered my ears until the ringing stopped. The sound seemed like one of those old church bells they ring at European cathedrals. Apparently that's the only romantic from a distance. With the sound gone, I took inventory of my surroundings. Looks like some kind of dingy storage room. And considering the drumline competition now playing out in my skull, I assume that I'm in the storage room of a church. I got up, rustled the doorknob for formality's sake, but of course, it was locked tight. I am really regretting taking construction as an elective instead of locksmithing. Seriously, when am I ever going to drive a bulldozer? I poked around the room for a bit, but it was barren. Nothing but barrels, sacks, and hopelessness. So kind of like a Motel 9, but more urine smell. Even more urine smell. I slumped back down against one of the barrels and gave the full weight of my attention to my predicament. So I'm in Spain, probably a poor part of Spain, if the driver room is anything to go by. Klaus was a trap. An ugly old man saddled me with some thing against my will as part of a new world order, and now I'm vanished. Are you there, God? It's me, Ashley. Could really use some help right now. Anything you got, just deposit it right into my brain. I promise I'll pay you back. What? Oh, my tracking device. Yeah, it was my scarf. God bless you, John, for hassling me about that every frickin' day. I hurriedly drove my hands into the fabric of my scarf. No. It's gone. God damn it. Probably shouldn't think that in a church. At least that's what I would say if it wasn't the house of the devil. But seriously, who knows where I dropped it? Klaus could have found it while we were in the helicopter and thrown it out to sea. And just... so it isn't... fair. I read that too fast. So it isn't sniffle fair. And with that realization, the dam broke. For several minutes, I cried openly and cursed my terrible fate. My throat became coarse, and my gulping sobs quickly took on the tone of a rusted gear. Sounds like my throat after coughing just now. What? Oh! Blood? Oh god, what's going... Did I just die? Die? Huh? I woke up suddenly, startled by some weird sounds that came from outside. Not quite as hard on my ears, but the jury's out on what that'll mean. What that'll mean for my health. My gut reaction was that it was some more of those cue balls coming to pray for whatever it is they pray for. Master Slub Rogame Rogaine. I don't know. The movement is different though. It's like something large creaking back and forth. Weird, some kind of ritual maybe? By ritual, I obviously mean shunting. Sweet merciless God, I'm imagining it now. Oh, it's just the worst thing. It was quiet for a minute, then I heard a dry screech of mechanisms rising. Steps drew near, closing in on my makeshift prison. Oh my god, they're coming for me. What did Saddle do with me again? What did Saddle want to do with me again? To make me the orgy queen? I don't know, because I don't listen to ugly old men, but it was probably that. Probably wasn't. Well, if they think I'm gonna be fertilized without a fight, and they're gonna learn a hard lesson. Being sorely mistaken. She's pointing her finger like a gun. That's great. I spotted a plank of wood on the ground next to me. Seems appropriate for this unholy space. See how well it fits into some eyeballs. Excuse me. The doorknob gave a creaky sigh as it began to turn. My heart raced. My eyes darted from the door to the plank. Now or never. Oh, it's a cutscene from the game. Ashley. Oh, he said it. Don't come. Well, someone better gather the Dragon Balls and call me Yamcha, because I'm about to be dead. Hey, take it easy. How dare he tell me to take it easy? After what happened with Klaus, Ashley Graham is nobody's fool. No, get away. I persisted as I ran back to the barrels. I wonder if he'd lose sight of me if I held the barrel between us at eye level. Just because it sounds stupid doesn't mean it won't work. Calm down. Everything's going to be just fine. My name's Leon. I'm under the president's order to rescue. I wish that I would have told Dad that I loved him once more. And that Mom is having an... Wait.
What? My father?
My body surged forward of sheer relief. I'm saved. It's a Christmas miracle! My heartbeat began to slow a little, giving me a chance to examine my rescuer in full.
That's right. And I have to get you out of here. Now come with me.
What a transition. Incredible. As my eyes feasted on the Adonis in front of me. Okay, hold on. My vision became inexplicably clouded by bubbles and sparkles. My brain also started playing a song I think I heard in a Laxa commercial one time. You know, the kind that says, if you just push hard enough, all your dreams will come true and your business will thrive. The point is, I'm saved, baby. By a super hot dude. Hooray! I had a million questions to ask him, but my tongue was dragging on the floor in the wake of his sexiness. So I just followed him instead. Wonderful. Alright, give me 1 second. I'm gonna ping the bot. Whoops. Oh, there we go. Oh, perfect. Okay. Alright, continuing. As soon as I woke up, Leon pulled out what looked like an old walkie-talkie. Wow, I haven't seen one of those in a while. I thought those lines were notoriously easy to jack. Oh, I know. He's using it because no one would suspect the U.S. agent to use such outdated tech. Genius.
It's Leon. I've succeeded in extricating my subject.
I love a man with a big vocabulary. Could extricate me in time. Oh wait, I guess he already is.
Where's the extraction point? Got it. I'm on my way.
I like that I gave him his voice lines. He probably has the most lines that you could use in a game like this. I wanted to make conversation since I hadn't spoken to anyone who wasn't Gross or Klaus for an indeterminate time. But he seemed busy? Breaking barrels? What was that number? And why do the words Leon's Barrel Blast seem to so prominent in my mind, in my thoughts? Is this coping? Anyway, maybe he's making sure there's no cultist spies hiding in the barrel. I'm sure he wouldn't want them to be there. I'm sure Wouldn't want to be them right now. With every barrel decimated, I thought he might at least ask me about my general state of health, but instead he moved briskly towards the door. Is he the kudere type? I hope not. Those are always bummers in a crisis, especially emotional ones. Whoa, the testosterone is palpable. But hey, any dude can open a door for a lady. It takes a real gentleman to open them in a way that reflects how badly she wants to exit said door. I like that it's using the game screenshots. It's very fun. We ran down the snaking corridor and approached a ladder. Did someone carry me up this thing? That seems crazy, but par for the course, I guess. Before I could even look over the edge, Leon jumped to the ground below with a confident thud. Here's a man who doesn't waste any time. Well, when in Spain... Ugh. Geez, I know I get a little ditzy around cute guys, but that was unnecessarily impulsive. Kinda like I wasn't even in control of myself. In any case, I should probably get out of his arms so it doesn't seem like I'm enjoying it as much as I am. Oh man, how great would it be if there was just a platoon of equally hot Secret Service guys waiting outside the church, ready to escort me out of this nightmare. My reverse harem story begins now. Alright, I'll turn it back up a little bit. Before we could even reach the door, a familiar voice chimed in behind us.
I'll take the girl.
That voice. That's the huskiness of an old pervert if I've ever heard one. Who are you? If you must know, I am Osmond Sadler, the master of this fine religious community. Did he seriously just refer to himself as Awesome Saddle? He keeps saying Sadler? Is that not she keeps switching between Saddle and Sadler? I can't tell which one is correct. I'm reading it. Just blindly reading it. He might as well wear a sign on his face that says, proud to be celibate. Then he'd at least be doing the world 2 favors. What do you want? I knew I would hate this guy's face in high definition. Like, I feel like I'm being an atheist retroactively just by looking at him. To demonstrate to the whole world our astounding power, of course. No longer will the United States think they can police the world forever. No? So we kidnapped the president's daughter in order to give her our power. Send her back. No. Suddenly, I regrettably, I was awash in memories of the injection, so that's why they wanted me. In short, I'm the unwilling female ruler in men's big measuring contest. Tale as old as time. Well, in the spirit of saying the quiet part loud, I guess, it adds some context.
I think they shot something in my neck.
What did you do to her?
Oh. We just planted her a little gift. Oh, there's going to be one hell of a loving father. I thought I might bargain for quite a lot of money to keep this church up and running. Admittedly, I was fawning over the protective growl in Leon's voice, and didn't really pay attention to that last part. Something about gifting some plants to my dad in exchange for donations. Joke's on you, pal. My dad hates charities and the environment. Faith and money will lead you nowhere, Sadler. It is Sadler. That's right, Leon. You stick it to the prosperity gospel. Oh, I believe I forgot to tell you, we gave you the same gift when I was unconscious. My god, he looks fine from this angle. Wait, what? Same gift? Oh no, no. We'll bond over this, I promise. Special contributions, my puppets. You'll do as I say. I'll have total control. Revolutionary. God, this whole evil dude recites the evil plan thing is wicked boring. Someone really needs to awaken him from his world of cliches. Maybe Leon should do it. Well, I didn't read the last part.
Invasion, if you ask me.
Horrible bullets are not bullets, Leon. Suddenly, we were blocked from the exit by more diet butterballs. Maybe Leon's onto something here. Not gonna lie, confident smirk of what now, bitch? Brighty are undeniably sexy. Too bad it's on the face of a dating potential of garbage bag. I said that very incorrectly. Too bad it's on the face that has all the dating potential of a garbage bag. La la, Leon. You think what I'm thinking? Trap these fools in a dramatic western shootout? Or we can run away. Well, that's cool too. Maybe even safe. Whoa. That was way too close. Freaking crossbow nerds. Is there any more insufferable enemy type? Leon pulled me to the end of the corridor, but all I could see was a glass window. Maybe he doesn't know what to do after. Before I could even vocalize my surprise, we crashed through the window. Quite easily, I might add. It's weird. Subtle display of wealth, importing sugar windows from Hollywood rather than supporting the local glass economy. What? It's a weird, subtle display of wealth, importing sugar windows. I get it. I read it very incorrectly. A little too fast again. For all his beef with America, Saddle must like our movies. Will certainly explain why he hired Klaus. I think he was Klaus. It's all very dangerous and stupid, but what cool stuff isn't? I landed about as well as my dad's first TV debate, but to be fair, I wasn't really prepared for Die Hard-esque shenanigans. A gentleman to his core, Leon jumped to my aid in a flash. Physically, still in one piece. Psychologically, grumbling. Still, I didn't want to lie to him, so I evaded the question like I do in all my political interviews.
Leon, what's gonna happen to us?
I knew it was a pointless question, but I felt entitled to a little neediness. Besides, guys love that stuff. Or so I've read in Cosmo.
Don't worry. We got into this mess. We can get out of it.
Oh. I like how he says we, as if it weren't 100% my fault. But hey, if he's okay with cutting me all the slack, who am I to disagree? Sorry, I heard a banging noise. My heart swelled as Leon took hold of my arm, his grasp both tender and protective. It is a truth universally acknowledged that a single woman in so much danger must be in want of a bodyguard. Boy, did I get one. We might be able to get through chapter 2. This is going pretty fast. Once we were both up, I held it close to Leon. Looking around, it seemed like we had landed in some sort of external storage. There was little in the room aside from some bags and barrels, so I didn't imagine we'd loiter along. Oh no. There's barrels? We're loitering. But Leon had other plans. Is this some kind of hobby of his? Or maybe barrels killed his parents and now he's sworn to destroy all barrel kind? Oh, I hadn't noticed it before while salivating over Leon. There's some good stuff in these barrels. Ammo, gold, some kind of plant material. You know, resources. Leon grabbed the goods and shoved them into his pockets. I guess that explains his obsessive interest in barrels. But who keeps stuff in barrels in such sparse quantities? Is it some sort of rural geocaching? Looking for bullets and pocket change down at the local church? Spain is weird. You know what's also weird? That we're not being shot full of arrows? I looked back at the shattered window. The satellites had more than enough time to follow us. We were only a few feet down and would probably make for pathetically easy targets, and yet, nada. Does their cult bribe prohibit them from exploiting obvious advantages? Are they having a synergy meeting? Are they just sad about their broken Splendos? I believe that's a pun on Splenda and Windows. I shrugged my question aside, knowing there were probably no answers, and if there weren't, they probably were not worth noting. I looked back at Leon, who seemed satisfied that he had fully righted the church provisions. We hustled over to the door and made our way outside. I like the little jibby animation stuff. As we ran to the front of the church building, rain whipping ominously around us, we encountered what looked to be an angry mob of villagers. They were just groaning at the first thing they ambled slowly toward the church. Then a few of them started to shout, "Un forasto."
Ahí está!
No dejes que se escape. Another regret for the pile zone. Zoning out in high school Spanish. Something about not letting the forest hero escape? I don't know, foreign languages is hard. We slowly inched our way down the path, presumably to see how they would react. I half hoped they might be here to fight a man for raising taxes and stealing their chickens, but them lunging towards us with death in their eyes squashed that idea pretty fast. Leon coolly stood his ground, gun drawn. I had a thought that he could shoot the wagon in front of us, and maybe would, I don't know, distract them or something. It seemed like a long shot. Leave it to Leon. Oh, yeah, something. You know what? No reason to put myself out there and look like an idiot in front of a hot dude. I've learned that lesson. Leon's the professional here. I just need to let him do his thing. Leon, why? I got us killed. All right. Shoot him. Well, here's to hoping this is the dumbest idea I've ever had.
Leon, shoot those barrels on that wagon.
Oh. I guess they included the line. Without a word, Leon took aim at the barrels. Admittedly, I don't know if he trusted my judgment or just wanted another opportunity to destroy barrels. Oh, right. I remember that. I guess I never noticed that she said the line. To my great satisfaction, the barrel spontaneously combusted, causing the wagon to roll forward towards the villagers like some kind of pleasing parody chariot. I don't really understand why a church would have explosive barrels on hand. Maybe that was their wine? Is wine flammable? Live hard, drink harder, I guess. Oh, I get it. That must have been a communion cart filled with the blood of Christ. Drops into the flames of perdition? I don't know. Feels like someone is confusing their testaments. Nonetheless, the Spanish flea song is in my head, and all of a sudden I feel genuinely bad about that. With the villagers crushed and or combusted by their own flaming paddy wagon, we took the opportunity to run past. Between the oppressive darkness and the driving rain, I could barely see the path, but Leon seemed to know where he was going, so I just followed closely. A bolt of lightning tore across the sky, and I realized I was looking at a graveyard. That's not ominous at all. One might say it's sacrilege to kill the faithful in such a hallowed place, but it's even greater sacrilege to think, well, at least you don't have to drive bodies far. Spooky. It's kind of spooky. I'm turning it down just a little bit on your other side. It's peeking a little bit. Having escaped the crazed villagers, we jogged leisurely down a narrow forest path until it abruptly ended at a ladder. In standard horror movie fashion, going forward meant going down. Some water. Mmm. The ladder took us into the cavern, notably devoid of trigger warnings for claustrophobia, or worse, cave crickets. We moved briskly down the tight path and soon found ourselves in front of a rusty door. Leon began to push the door open with the tenderness of a kitten. I'm not sure if I should be charmed by the newfound discretion or alarmed at his sudden caution. What in the blue blazes? I was immediately enraptured by a warmth circulating the cavern. I felt safe, cozy even. If only I had a glass bottle, I could take some of this feeling with me, even melt the ice around Leon's demeanor. It was perhaps the soothing nature of the flames that kept me from screaming when I saw the figure stationed between them. Whoa, who was the man in black? Another secret agent, or just a run-of-the-mill small town gun nut going through a man cave phase? What? Really? Oh my gosh, I get to examine him? Why am I seeing bubbles and sparkles again? How hard up am I? Well, why is my eye moving this way? Does the parasite give me superpowers? I feel like I could sneak in more if I wasn't gawking a lot. Hand's a little dirty, but it seems convincingly forest hobo aesthetic he's got going. Oh, what a big sack he has. I dig the bandana. Sacrifice fashion to obscure my identity. Looks pretty warm. Not much unlike myself. Where did you get a coat like this? Suspicious person at their shop. Alright, one more place to look at. That a skirt? I'm not judging, I'm appreciating. Assessment? He seems well stocked, both in terms of munitions and mystery, but not attractive enough to be out of my league. I'm liking my odds. Yes, you can. Well, as far as I know. Quote-unquote date. Leon approached the man casually, so I assumed they were working together in some capacity. The more the merrier, I guess. He's not as clean-looking as Leon, but he may be better armed. A girl in peril has to keep her options open.
Welcome. Got a selection of good things on sale, stranger.
Huh. Not the accent I was expecting, but in a good way. Australian, maybe? I'm all about the thunder down under. Did I really just think that? Well, I questioned my moral credibility. Leon started browsing the man's inventory.
What are you buying? Thank you.
Gunshy, his name. No, definitely not Australian.
Is that all, stranger?
Got guns?
What are you selling?
I love guns. The merchant equipped enthusiastically as Leon stoically perused his wares. Maybe it's part of Leon's safety protocols to avoid conversation where possible.
I'll buy it at a high price.
Loaded. The merchant man seemed pretty excited by some jewels Leon showed him. Whoa, is that a bejeweled deerstein? Beerstein? Am I observing the black market in real time? I can't believe they're making Leon break barrels and pilfer valuables just to obtain supplies. Either my rescue is low-budget affair, or our foreign policy is woefully inadequate.
Come back any time.
As Leon finished his shopping, I thought I should wave at the merchant man, but I didn't want to mistakenly initiate another romance just yet. I wonder what that was for. Testing the waters for traps, maybe? Still, it seems a little rude to just vandalize the merchant's place of business. Whatever the reason, Leon swept right past the flame like a man on a mission. By which I mean he hurried over to a box tucked in a nook. As if by instinct, he drew his knife, because what is a box if not a barrel disguised as a rectangle? I feel like I've heard that before. Crates really do hold ost of use. I don't know what that means. We ran through the remaining tunnel and climbed some stairs to another ladder leading upward. As I ascended, I heard the telltale sounds of wood being victimized. Once at the top, I held it close to Leon again as he approached the door next to the room. To the next room. Despite all Leon's cautions, the room was pretty barren, save for a bizarrely large typewriter at the table, or maybe regular sized? I don't know, I wasn't born in the 50s. Maybe someone's writing a novel. I guess I'd try to be a writer too if it got me out of Blighttown Better Frame Rate Edition. Leon suddenly started typing away, with the same dutiful air of a person filing their taxes. Perhaps he has Hemingway aspirations? Would explain the tenseness. As it happens, he was simply making a record of his time and location. He also mentioned a professional mode, round 2, which I can only assume was spy lingo. Wow, we're playing with Leon on professional mode? Round 2 though. So this is their second time playing through professional mode? Wow. Someone knows this game in and out. That'll explain the barrel obsession. I guess he's using a typewriter to let someone know his progress. I don't get why everything has to be so convoluted. Don't we have stealth jets? Wow, is Leon really going to ignore the crate? You think you know a guy. Maybe we come back. Or maybe it's one of those crates you can't break. We found ourselves once again assailed? A word? Once again assailed by rain and darkness. All of a sudden, the relative safety from the previous room seemed worlds away. An unnerving low vibration hung in there, stirring me in a feeling of dread. Or maybe it was the shrieks of bloodthirsty villagers that had me on edge. Do these people not sleep? It's 1 in the morning. At least it feels like 1 in the morning. Leon led me to a tower and started climbing up an uncomfortably tall ladder. So wait, he's got the guns and muscles, and I'm the one going up second? Guess there's no sex discrimination around here. Fine, if the gentlemen are dead, so are proper ladies. I'm gonna check out his butt the whole way up. That'll show him. I mean, it's too dark to really see, but it's not like I deserve to see something so wonderful anyway. Suddenly, as if we're being honest, unexpectedly, someone snatched me up and tossed me over their shoulder. I flailed and punched as wildly as a person who never exercises could, but you might be surprised to find out that it had no effect. None. Hard to believe, but it's true. Given the situation, I did what any damsel in great distress would do.
Leon!
Hey, it's Leon. Please don't shoot my leg, Leon. I scrambled to my feet, eager to put some distance between me and Pablo the kidnapper. When I looked back, his body remained limp. I realize it's insensitive to call some random Spanish man Pablo, but screw Pablo, he was a cultist. What is it they say about insanity? Doing the same thing and expecting different results? Sounds about right. I dedicated a little time to admiring Leon's glutes and began climbing myself. It's really amazing what gets snatched by cultists what getting snatched by cultists will do for one's fear of heights. Oof, what a climb. But not a bad idea to stick to higher ground and force them into a funnel. We should be moderately safe, right? It's not like they can throw stuff this high, right? I scanned the area below for any cultists with pitching aspirations. Just then... Wait here for my expiration date to pass? Rather than explain himself, Leon stoically leapt from the perch, like he simply didn't believe in gravity or leg fractures. He has got to have government implants in his legs. Got to, which begs the question, which other parts of his body have government enhancements? No asking for me. I hovered over the edge and squinted my eyes against the darkness, trying to watch for Leon's movements below. I wonder what his plan is, you know, aside from murder. Murder it is, then. Not an original plan, but solid. Leon rushed past the villager as he wailed in pain, but the darkness made it difficult to see what was going on. Ugh. What did I just see? Were those worms coming out from his head? Calm down, Ashley. It's gonna be... Oh, sweet baby Jesus, it's not gonna be okay. My head is gonna be worms. Or perhaps even worse, Leon's head is gonna be worms. I shakily look up over the railing. I figured I was already scarred for life, so I might as well stay abreast for current events. The burst of light below drew my eyes rightward in search of Leon. As if on cue, some more villagers stumbled out from the shadows, weapons in hand. Granted, those weapons were more like farm tools, but semantics.
Te voy a hacer picadillo.
Picadillo. Sounds like an adorable nickname for a nosy armadillo, but it's probably something lame like, you are mincemeat, as if anyone outside of cartoons says mincemeat anymore. Amazingly, the cultist was only stunned by that blow. Rural folk are indeed hardy. My god, he's like Chuck Norris if Chuck Norris was worth thinking about. Leon ran back to the base of the tower and called up to me.
Follow me.
I don't usually like being told what to do, but for Leon, I'll make an exception. I approached the ladder and prepared to climb down, but then it occurred to me, how much longer will I have the luxury of attractive men catching me when I jump? Seems like a waste to do things normally. Am I crazy? Oof, in hindsight, that was extremely dumb of me. Thank goodness I'm in love with a robot. We ran behind the tower, down a dirt road. The whole area kind of reminded me of grandparents. Her family puns with her last name is fantastic. I love it. With grandparents who lived in a rural part of Wisconsin. Just swap torches for porch light and crazy cultists for trashy druggies. And it's basically the same thing. I mean, they even have bear traps in the street. It's my childhood summers all over again. Wait, bear traps? What's with the knives? Surely he's not going to... My eyes clamped shut. In much the same way, I feared traps had closed around Leon's arm fiercely. Oof. His delicious biceps are still tethered to his shoulders. It scared me half to death. Still, risking your own arm to conserve a bullet? I shudder to think of how the man budgets groceries. We barely moved before Leon put on the brakes and raised his weapon to the darkness. With the rain pelting me in the face, I could just make out the vague, doughy shape of a villager. I wonder if the cultist set up the bear trap. Maybe that's how people snag bribes around here? Whoa, a bullet saved is a bullet used, I guess. I'd say I'm blown away, but I think the other guy had me beat in that department. Sorry, my dude. I'm quite enjoying this. I'm enjoying this. Hold on, I'm gonna take a drink of some water. Oh, I think I have an idea of what's coming up. I saw some of the screenshots. So, there seemed to be a large gate at the end of the path. I could feel a surge in my adrenaline in my legs as we approached. I didn't know what was on the other side, but anything had to be better than somehow worse Wisconsin. Okay, that's a lie, but there's a lot of things that could be worse. Probably, like a... Oh lord, saddle? No, bad brain. No one would ever want to ride that saddle. Me gusta.
Wait.
Ugh, a collision with Leon's shapely back muscles returned me to reality before I could dwell any longer on that blazing saddle. Interesting movie reference choice, but I could see the gate just ahead, blocked by a lone villager brandishing a torch. Maybe blocked is overselling it a little. He's a blockade in the same way that a traffic cone is a blockade for a twister. Yeah, that worked out about as well as I expected. Sorry, my other dude. In the abstract, I feel sorry for the man. What kind of person was he? What were his dreams? When the path is clear, the only thing that stand between us and the gate was more bear traps, because if you don't stop people with torches, broken feet, and tinnitus are apparently... tetanus is apparently the next best thing. Yes, tinnitus. They're gonna ring your ears with bear traps. This is, No, it's not. I thought it was something else. We passed through the wooden gate into what looks like a small ranch. Leon ventured in cautiously surveyed the area. Considering the church group he just demolished, it seems conspicuously quiet in here. There's a shed over there. It seems like a decent place to lay down low for a while Leon clears a path. Maybe I'll suggest it. And suddenly, to my confusion, Leon turned toward a lonely, open dumpster. My initial thought was the mission coordinates had stored more of his supplies in the garbage. I wasn't sure if that constituted an upgrade from boxes. On one hand, metal is sturdier. On the other hand, garbage.
Hi.
Ashley, hide. Wait, what? Is this a joke? But then part of me knew it wasn't. My body shivered, shutting off the generations of hygienic conditioning. I jumped inside without a second thought. I held my breath as the lid closed above me. As I scooted my body around, I was surprised to realize that the bin was barrette of garbage. Either rural Spain has pretty good sanitation management, or the villagers are too busy being crazy to throw their trash away. Or maybe they're eating the garbage. Would address the hunger issue. Regardless, it doesn't change the fact that the only handsome man around had just ordered me to sit in a musty waste bin in rural Europe with the parasite roaming around in my guts. I don't want to say unwanted pregnancy metaphor, but yeah, I kinda do. I shifted uncomfortably in the dumpster. In this awkward crouch, my legs began to somber up from the adrenaline rush, only to discover that a whole lot of pain had moved in. Anchored by the needingly hurt, I couldn't help but lash out at everything that seemed responsible for my predicament, excluding myself. Stupid saddle. Stupid Klaus. Stupid Jenna. Stupid government class. Stupid geopolitical dynamics. I took a deep breath and sighed. I'm getting too wound up. Oh, I know. I should do some of those meditative exercises that my life coach taught me. Alright, here goes. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. What? Okay, Ashley. You're on a beautiful beach. The sand is soft. It's unwarmed. Nestled between your toes. Your personal bodyguard is lounging nearby, making his delicious abs into a golden sheen. You can't see it, because I'm in front of it, but it's Leon. Can you see it? Oh, that's great. Your personal butler appears in dashing attire, offering a comforting smile and a refreshing pina colada. Extra rum, of course. Your personal dolphin trainer is putting on an adorable show with your personal dolphin, Flippy, water spraying all over the trainer's rippling pecs. That's also Leon. If you can't tell, if it's too far away, I can assure you that's definitely Leon. Everything is so wonderful. You have plenty of money. Nobody has worm heads. Whoa, worm heads. It occurred to me then, amidst my fantasies, that Leon might be in danger. Or worse. Terrified at the prospect of this thought, I thought to look out for a peek. To peek out for a look. But I knew it would be just my luck that some stray cultist would walk by that moment and see me. Instead, I placed my ear close to the wall bin, being careful not to get too close. It's too much to hope Saddle laced his parasite injections with some vaccines. I strained my ear, listening intently to the world around, outside my garbage sanctuary. I couldn't hear all that much, aside from the occasional thunderclap in the distance. Before the creeping terror of my savior's demise could ensnare my thoughts, the shrill sound of a gunshot burst into my eardrums. A somewhat morbid but nonetheless comforting symbol of hope and salvation. Well, for me anyway. Assured of Leon's survival, I resumed my effortful listening. Is Leon dead? A series of thunderclaps prevented me from hearing any more. Is Leon okay? Are the cultists gone? Can I get out of this godforsaken dumpster? Whoa. Was that a whistle? You trying to signal me that it's safe? I mean, I only ever heard that whistle used to beckon someone, and by someone I mean a pet. Not wanting to think too hard on the idea, I hastily threw up the lid of the bin and breathed deep. Thank God that's over, by the way. If I smell like rotten meat products, that's just too bad for Leon. Speaking of Leon, I scanned the area for him. It was difficult to see, but I found him by a flash of stray lightning bolt, standing on what seemed like a bridge connected to the farmhouse. In that moment, his dirty blonde locks seemed to be the beacon of a lighthouse, shining fiercely against the cold black sea, like poetry in the shape of a man. Well, it doesn't seem like he's making any move to jump down and escort me over there, but he's been working pretty hard, so I'll cut him some slack and do some legwork. On my way, I was surprised by the lack of bodies on the ground. Maybe the cultists are literalist on the whole dust to dust concept. As I ran, I became keenly aware of how insane this was. People dying, and for what? Well, you see that poster up on the top, just under it? It says pain. Oh, I got a puzzle piece. I didn't read what that said. Hold on. People dying, and for what? If this is all for politics, and is it all for politics? And who stands to gain? One power-hungry old man? Or is this bigger than Saddle, bigger than all of us? She just doesn't care about his name. Oh, my tracking! My tracking! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Give me 1 second. Is this just for politics? Why does it say the same thing twice? Oh, is it because I clicked it twice? Oh no, I'm frozen! It's okay. I'll figure it out in a minute. What if this goes all the way back to the Illuminati? Amidst my struggles to glimpse the machinations of this mad world, it didn't take long to reach Leon. My head snapped back like a piston when I heard some groans behind me. Are there still villagers out there? Someone refusing the call of dutiness? Maybe I should ask Leon if we're safe or some other things. Does my small offend? I should have saved. I should have saved. Dog whistle? Really? Before I could open my mouth to speak, Leon spun on his heels. I was a little disappointed, but in hindsight, the creepy sounds behind me were a tad more immediate. Leon looked down from the bridge. I could see a ladder on the ground already. I'm just going to presume he kicked that down because he likes catching me so much. As I prepared to jump, Leon raised his gun and looked directly at me. I could feel my cheeks flushing at his intense gaze, realizing he could easily see my panties at this angle. I instinctively pulled at my skirt. I really didn't understand what Leon was doing, but the sudden self-consciousness called forth a common refrain in the lives of women.
Pervert.
Well, this is not a great feeling. Pretty mortifying, really. Not sure how I should proceed. Oh god, he's starting to stare. Starting to dissolve on me. Ew. Jump. Leon's upset about the pervert comment. He's certainly not letting it impact his professionalism. I wish dudes were on the train. We were half as so gracious. I'm missing all the lines now. I'm very confused as to why my camera stopped. I'll turn it off for now. But I'll try to fix it at the end of this episode. Chapter episode. There was another giant wooden gate in front of us, once again guarded by bear traps. I see the creativity is running pretty dry in these parts. Okay, so we're playing Leapfrog now? Not exactly the back-touching opportunity I was expecting. Oh, wait, he must not think that we can go through the gate, so he must want me to climb over it? Could have saved us some trouble by just talking like a normal person. I swear, it's like he believes the strong silent type is an actual personality. I need to think about whether that's stupidly sexy or just stupid. I hurriedly climbed onto his back. Let his taxpayer-founded muscles elevate me to the top. If only the Americans' revenue could be so well spent. I reached for the top edge of the gate and hoisted myself over. No one can catch me this time. You can do this, Ashley. 1, 2, 3. I hit the ground pretty hard, no doubt scuffing my boot and tearing a ligament. Still, it could be worse. I could have worn my high heel boots and, oh boy, that'd be a real nightmare. Fortunately, there were lanterns around the door, although that left me a bit paranoid to who had lit them and whether they were still prowling about. There was a large plate covering the door, but I easily pushed it up and to the side.
I opened it, Leon.
I whispered, trying to avoid undue attention. Leon opened the door, as cool and serious as ever. Happily fell behind him as we ran forward. I missed him a lot for only 12 seconds of separation. Or maybe I just missed his safety, I don't know. I have about as much clarity as I do upper body strength. Sounds like a mood. Alright, that was the end of the episode. Let me try fixing my camera real quick. What's going on, camera? Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna disappear. I'll restart it. See if that helps. Whoa. Come on. Oh, I got all my hair back too. There we go. It might have been my capture frame rate. I had it turned down. Here, let me go short hair again. And no glass. And no. Yeah, there we go. Okay, give me 1 second. Alright, and back to end. And turn back on the key. There we go. Oh, hide PNG. There we go. All better. Reopen the game. And we're back for another riveting installment of European backpacking gone wrong. What dangers await us? Bludgeoning? Impalement? A crushing exchange rate? Let's find out. Oh, merchant. After a few seconds of jogging, we came across a rickety bridge. To my surprise, the merchant was waiting beside
Got a
it.
selection of good things on sale, stranger.
Good to hear. Wait, didn't we last see this guy in the underground passage? How exactly did he get ahead of us? The logical answer is that the mission coordinates had Leon and the merchant take different paths in order to reduce suspicion. Granted, not sure how much faith I have in logic these days. But it would explain their communication strategy.
What are you selling?
Yeah. Bizarre as it was, I appreciated that Daddy was going to such lengths in order to rescue me without creating a controversy. He doesn't have a lot of political capital right now. Surely that's the reason for the recon work, right? Please, God, let me be right about something good for once.
Come back anytime.
Leon and the merchant finished their bartering, and we resumed running down the rest of the bridge. Leon stopped abruptly in the middle of the bridge, turning his attention to the fancy radio buzzing on his hip. Oh, radio call.
I'd rather not hear it.
Oh, he's talking to somebody. He's talking to somebody. More than he talks to us. While Leon took in what I assumed was, at best, inconvenient news, I looked back down the bridge to see the merchant still standing there. He seemed so detached, like a statue. Steven Seagal. Huh. Action Man Steven Seagal. Actually, Leon reminds me a lot of Steven Seagal now that I think about it. I want to say it's his eyebrows, but it's probably the general air of my first language is bullets. I don't know if that makes him a good man or a dangerous man, but when you've been marked for death, the fact that he's hard to kill is enough to give a girl a fire down below. Wow. So many references wrapped into one. Making sure my blank was still working.
Got it.
Rather than share his feelings about the general crappiness of that update, Leon immediately resumed running down the bridge. A blast of lightning illuminated the old cabin at the end of the bridge. My hope was that in the safe house for the operation, my expectation was closer to a cultist slumber party. Darn it, I said I wanted to be right about something good for once. Good. Maybe we can go back the other way, you know? Group up with the merchant, buy a rocket launcher. Wow, it's like everybody in the whole village is here. Hey, wait. What happened to the merchant? Did they swallow him with the organized rage? Did he escape before they absorbed his polygons? Realizing that our peril was a tad more immediate, I looked at Leon in panic. What are we gonna do, Leon? Would you say we are a Jill sandwich? That doesn't make sense because Jill isn't in this game. Quick, in that cabin! Certainly did not want to be an Ashley sandwich. So I sprinted as fast as my tired legs could manage. Leon reached the door first, smashed it open, being sure to first scan the room gun drawn. I mean, I wouldn't call it thorough, but it's a principle that I'm attracted to. Oh, Lewis? Alright, my sinuses are burning again. I gotta drink some more water. As the villagers descended upon us, Leon yanked me into the room and slammed the door. I knew we needed to secure the door somehow, but I was at a loss, so I just left it up to him. Then, from behind us, a voice rang out, energetic and clear.
Leon.
How rude, just hurling planks of wood at unsuspecting people. It's a good thing I honed Leon's reflexes. As we both swiveled around to see who was behind us, Leon didn't immediately draw his gun, so I figured we were relatively safe as the low man strutted towards us.
Small world, eh?
Wait, how did I respond to this situation again? My memory is fuzzy. Ooh. Ooh, VR. Did they change it in VR? I'm gonna save. We're saving the game. And we're almost done with chapter 1. Let's go with VR. I haven't seen that one. Ah, yes, that's it. I remember it perfectly. The statement is paid for by Mark Zuckerberg. Triggered. Oh no, I know that strut. And I ain't in the mood for Spanish Kyle. These fuckboys are bowling pins. You gotta knock them down hard and fast before they can even think about commenting on my gorgeous tatas. I didn't say it, but there was a bruh that came from Leon.
Who are you?
I asserted venomously, like debate club bronze medalist that I am.
Oh, excuse me.
These boards take me back.
Perhaps the young lady might want to introduce herself first before asking someone his name.
Why would I do that? Yeah, you're gonna regret calling me your highness when I'm cleaning your stupid fuckboy face. But for the moment, I should respect my country with grace and introduce myself.
Her name's Ashley Graham,
The
the president's daughter.
president's daughter? I turned away sharply to signal that he wasn't fit to be associated with American royalty, which he either took to heart or ignored completely. Hard to tell with these salts of the earth types.
Is she...
Well, you know what? No, I don't know. And there's gonna be some dead fuckboys in this room if I don't find out soon.
she's cool.
She's cool.
Don't worry. She's cool. Don't worry. She's cool. Don't worry. She's cool.
Oh, fuck.
Never mind. There's supposed to be some kind of obvious...
Good news at last.
Turn into one of them
Esteban. His name. There's supposed to be some kind of obvious symptom before you turn on to them anyway? Oh, he's talking about the thing. Yeah, we've got to meet that woman soon. This fucking studlet seems awfully well informed. As the highest ranking American official in this room, I think it's time to throw my weight around and get some answers. About this parasite. I thought to ask if there were any non-wormy side effects, like growing wings or maybe singing Bonnie Tyler, but then I glimpsed a mass of shuffling doughiness in my periphery.
Look,
Now that I think about it, they have taken a really long time to walk at, like, seriously 30 feet. I almost think they were zombies. Following Leon's command, I made my way toward the stairs. Before I ascended entirely, I took a brief glance back at my gun-toting hottie saviors. Good luck, Leon. And you too. Hey, wait a second. He forced me to introduce myself, and then didn't return the courtesy. Men. Cabin fever. Once upstairs, I found a bureau and huddled inside. A bureau. Does she mean the cabinet? Is that a government joke? Adrenaline was coursing through my body, but with no way to expand it, I became nervous and fidgety. In an effort to distract myself, I pressed my ear to the door, close to the bureau door, and listened carefully. Deja vu. At least it's not a garbage bin. Will Leon and Don Juan really be able to deal with all these villagers? I guess we'll find out who's got the better plot armor. With the prospect of untimely demise in my mind, I couldn't help but feel guilty for what I said to El Nino. Maybe I shouldn't have been so quick to anger. I mean, I don't know any Spanish men. What if fuckboy struts are just the cultural norm? That hardly seems like the worst thing. And also, it's a little hypocritical of me since I was definitely evaluating the package. Maybe I should apologize, assuming we survive. I didn't see the other names that she called him, or thought of him as. Oh shit, I blurted when the pounding began. I know my etiquette instructor would be mortified by my language, but screw her. She was never attacked by zombie cultists. Okay, Ashley, just calm down. Everything's going to be fine. In times of great duress, it is prudent to relax the mind with calming imagery. Just like before. Breathe in, breathe out. Is it gonna be Lewis this time? You are in a serene forest, untouched by mankind. Whiffs of honeysuckle tickle your nose. The delightful warbling glides down from the branches and caresses your ears. Oh my gosh, it's Leon again. You're accompanied by your bodyguard, who is well equipped for the journey. The only thing touter than his hips are the trusty hunting bow, which he will stave off your enemies and your hunger. Also, the butt is real. That is a good butt. You can't see it behind my face. I assure you, it's a good butt. There is Lewis. Also, in your company is a handsome lumberjack who excels at, chopping wood. Both his axe and his chest glisten with dew of the forest. In your periphery, you spot a weird elf larper fidgeting with his, master sword. Pretend to ignore his lustful gaze while admiring his high cheekbones. It's wonderful. I love this game. Suddenly, a forest sprite appears. He leaps quickly between branches, darting to catch a glimpse of it, daring you to catch a glimpse of his tight pants. The sensation of joy permeates your being. Your GPA is higher than Jenna's. Nobody has worm heads. Repeat, nobody has worm heads. Nobody. Uh-oh. Sounds like something crashed downstairs. Did the villagers man to breach the door, or maybe the windows? Listening closely, I could barely make out the voices. You know, now that I think about it, we're in someone's house. Are we the intruders? Property violations are messy legal territory. You think? Well, I guess you can't intrude when there's no one left to intrude upon. A stream of gunshots sounded from downstairs and moved progressively closer. Oh god, are they coming upstairs? Jesus, I really have to ask Leon for one of his guns. I held my breath and covered my ears as more gunshots were fired outside of the bureau. I can't believe she says bureau instead of cabinet. Flash grenades. Is this a tiny space? That can't be good for Leon's beautiful eyes. Did you send those invitations? I told you no more than 50 people. Huh, a Compton quib or gallows humor. I guess we'll know shortly. Gunshots persisted for another minute. Okay, I get it. And then, without warning, everything went quiet. The gunshot ceased, and I could hear footsteps descending the stairs. Propelled by curiosity, I peeked outside the cabinet. Bureau. Some bloodstains on the ground, but otherwise it was clear. I was so impressed by how the cultists disappear. So eco-conscious. I jumped out of the bureau and made my way downstairs. Hey guys, thanks for saying something. Really appreciate it.
What do we do now? The bridge I crossed to get here is out, so I guess we have no choice but to keep moving.
The bridge is out. What, did they burn it behind them? Also, how does he know that already?
You guys go on ahead.
Yeah, I'll say you forgot something. It's called good manners. You let him take a stand.
Lewis.
Oh, so his name is Lewis, huh? Too bad. Javier was really growing on me. Wonder what Lewis's story is. He seems forlorn for the playboy type. I like a man who subverts expectations. We watched Lewis walk away into the night. I glanced on Leanne, who seemed rather sullen himself. How does he know Lewis anyway? The guy doesn't seem like an agent. So much intrigue and drama. I feel like my brain is going to pop. Although, that might just be the rain from all the gunshots. I believe there's 2 more parts to this episode, and then we'll switch up the game. I'm enjoying it, but we'll play it again another time. I know it's quite long, actually. It's supposed to be like 5 to 6 hours reading the entire thing. We're already almost at 2 hours, so I'm excited. I'm excited to play it another time as well. With everyone gone but us, an unnerving quiet descended upon the cabin. The whole place felt painfully lonely. And Leon meant to keep it that way. I followed behind him, cause really, what else am I supposed to do? Was I supposed to do? Still, I couldn't help look back toward the obviously not out bridge and wonder if I'd ever see Lewis again. Since we had a breather, Leon hustled around the area, grabbing convenient stores of ammo, sitting atop crates and logs. Sound like Christmas as imagined by the NRA. With spoils in tow, we headed toward the back gate, where the villagers had flooded in from. Merchant man, you're alive! Leon approached the guy, and like the last 30 minutes hadn't even happened. Oh, terribly sorry about that, old chum. I was called away a bit. You know how it is with bloodthirsty mobs. Now, about those promotions you mentioned.
Got some rare things on sale, stranger.
No, for real. How did he avoid getting gored? Is he in cahoots with the villager? Is Saddle using him as a spy? Is he simply monopolized? Has he simply monopolized the black market with his infectious laugh and cloaking technology? I don't want to believe any of that, so let's tap the fallback plan. Magic. Oh, I feel a portmanteau coming on.
Stranger.
I almost messed that one up.
Stranger. Now that's a weapon.
Oh, a new weapon? There it is. Ninja. You know, like a genie ninja. It's the perfect foil to even an evil wizard like Saddle.
Not enough cash, stranger.
Ugh. Seriousness, I'm a little overwhelmed by all these men and their mysteries. It's starting to be less like Loretta Chase and more like Agatha Christie. Wait, don't people die in Agatha Christie novels?
Come back anytime.
Do I have anything new in my inventory? Do I still just have my... I don't even have my cell phone anymore. Oh, I can get a fish. I can get an egg. Get a flash grenade, probably. Oh, we're at 13 barrels. Not bad. I love our little loading thing. Come back anytime. Finally, and now to the shed. And there was another one of those typewriters in the room. Without a hitch, Leon began typing away just like before. It's hard to believe anybody would seriously bother with these things, so I'm just going to imagine he's leaving the typewriter equivalent of a dick pic. Leon started to pore over the documents like they mattered. I'm glad he's feeling dutiful enough to read crap, because the only paper I want to see in front of me is a joint. I wonder if I really focus. Ooh, witness power! His hair is really amazing, perfectly cut and seemingly immune to grease, blood, and other unmentionables. Shoulders. You know Leon has some weird protrusions below his shoulders? I'll just assume those are where his angel wings come out. Weird protrusions. Oh, is it polygons? Oh, that? Ah, the desire to touch his back is overwhelming. Basically finger boy. Whoa! Turn back before I could finish looking. Oh god, Leon's looking right at me. Was he staring too lustfully? And more importantly, does he mind? He looked like he was ready to move on me. But I scooted out of his way. Hopefully, it just seemed like I was zoning out. Damn it, Leon, what are you thinking? His mind is a complete puzzle to me. I wish he'd thrown me a bone. I'm not a master of unlocking over here. I followed close behind as we left the shed and glanced at Janinja as we walked. Oh, please don't talk to him again, Leon. Please. We haven't said anything to the merchant. Doing me a small kindness, Leon forged ahead to a small room embedded in the gate that contained a single lever. The lever only moved left to right, presumably corresponding to the two sides of the gates. Soon we had to make a choice. Well, if anyone cares about my opinion around here, I'd choose... I don't remember. When in doubt. Oh, wait, isn't it that you're supposed to... No. Did you follow the... Ignore me. He pushed the levers to the left. I considered making some cheeky remark about the sinister path, but I couldn't afford to risk few coup points I had with Leon, so I stayed quiet. I guess that was the wrong option. After pulling the lever, Leon traded his Magnum for a fancy-looking shotgun. He didn't explain why, but then I suppose the shotgun was explanation enough. Leon proceeded to the gate, and I followed behind him, not unlike a stray puppy. As we ran through the open gate, I felt the silence looming of Janinja's eyes on me. What, bitch? Don't look at me like you got some shit to say. I'm probably about to die, and I ain't happy. Although, what if he's trying to warn us? I mean, the dude cosplays as the Grim Reaper. Possibility that we're walking straight into hell is an open one. Well, Janinja be damned, I guess we're doing this. What are the odds that this store leads us to the Mexican wilderness? Too hopeful? That's insensitive, Ashley. Mexicans aren't Spaniards, even if they are speaking the same version of Spanish. Wait, how do I know that? Great, now I lecture myself on political correctness while also being confused. I have got to escape this beer regime ASAP. Is this the part that I was thinking of? Two roads diverged in a wood. On the other side of the gate, we didn't seem like we were anywhere safe at all. Oh hey, look over there. It's everyone's favorite portable dorm room, the garbage bin. Can't wait to hide in one of those again. This does not spark joy. The shrieking villager lady came rushing towards us, eager to entertain us with the classic sear the flesh of thine enemies routine. Catholics, man. I guess you could say her bit backfired? Wait, that's a terrible joke to make. What's wrong with me? Anyway, we left the cultist to her brief cosplay of the Human Torch and made a beeline for the dumpster. Maybe if I grovel, he'll get in the dumpster with me. That'd be hot. More than being in it alone, which is very unhot.
Hi.
Oh, I better get to lick every one of your abs after for this, Leon. Axis of evil, that was close. I hopped in dutifully as before, settled into the same shit squat as before, in the same empty dumpster as before. I lifted my head slightly to snatch a final look, as if the visual itself was precious oxygen. The lid slammed shut above me just as debris began raining down. I have to say, I'm impressed by not only the tidiness, but also the automation. It's rural Spain's greatest asset, that's for sure. I thought it was raining outside for a second, sorry. Just checking. Still, I never imagined I would be commanded to inhabit a garbage bin, much less do it twice. Why didn't I just pay someone to take my exams for me? Then I could be in Cancun and have a gay government. The dignity of it all, am I right? Question marks? Yeah, it's completely Wait, who are you? You don't know? Come on, guess. My subconscious? Nope, no idea. Rolf. What's so funny? Your willful ignorance, for starters. Don't you recognize your own self? Oh, concept, Ashley? My own self? You're me? Do you have some other explanation for why I would be in your head? Insanity. No, not out of the question yet, but no. You might think of me as a spin-off. Those aren't usually any good. You're right. Especially when the source material is shoddy to begin with. Ouch, you've got dead aim, I'll give you that. Give yourself some more credit. After all, I'm the ambassador of your more colorful qualities. What little there are. So, you're my conscience. Oh, please. This isn't one of your Hallmark movies, girl. It's survival. Take the sparkles out of your eye, and you'll find that emotional reserves are leaking out faster than your parents' sex tape. Whoa, wait. My parents made a sex tape? Well, not together. Also, don't act like you didn't know. So I repressed some stuff. You can't blame me. No one can blame me. Let's stay on topic. You need to survive this. Leon's doing heavy lifting, but it wouldn't mean much if your mind breaks. That's why I've been promoted to foreground, to help you cope. You want to help me cope? You'd find me a plate of Belgian waffles. What's up with my mouse tracking? What's going on? Hold on. You know, that stuff goes straight to your ass. Thanks, Mom. Hey, where'd you get those sunglasses? You like them? I wanted them to say, deal with it. So I guess you're not going to go away, are you? Unless you stumble across a pile of ecstasy to bludgeon me into dormancy, refer back to the glasses. Just great. Well, if you're gonna be floating around, should I call you something? I'm partial to a dark side chronicler myself, but it's your brain. I don't want to deny you the opportunity to use it for once. How about this? Trashly. Boom. Get it? Because we're in trash, and you know, your brain trash doesn't feel so good when it doesn't. You failed synapse. Well, whatever, graham cracker. Graham cracker. Just dredge up the worst feeling from high school, why don't you? As your good old buddy Cloud like to say, just having a little fun. You know what? You're not helping at all, so I'm just gonna ignore you and listen for the sounds of Leon's victory instead. Oh, look at him. He ain't ever gonna... La 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 la, lay off, Trashly. I won't let you come between me and my dreams. So, anyway, where was I? Alright, the sounds of Leon's victory. It does seem like some of the initial commotion subsided. I wonder what Leon is doing out there. More importantly, how long he plans to leave me huddling in this dumpster. Oh, hear that, Trashly? What, the sound of you being summoned like a mutt? No, Trashly, that sound. Is America. If by you mean white, powerful men patronizing women with the presence of Otome, then a resounding fuck yeah. Listen, if you're gonna be a negative Nancy, why don't you just go fortify my neurons or something? Well, sure, I'll hang back in the occipital lobe and take notes on how to woo older men. Which lobe was the occipital lobe again? Oh, forget about that. Leon awaits. Leaving the dumpster, I ran down the path and ascended the ladder to the platform above. Fortunately, Leon was waiting for me at the end of the pathway. I have a bad feeling about this.
Hi.
Every single ab. Seriously, this is ridiculous. That's America for you. playing that song, or yeah, you're pretty musically challenged, but I did my best. I call it good old Plan B. Whatever, I'd rather know what's up with this place, and also dumpsters. Do these things magically transfer items one location to another? Is that their true purpose? You were literally just in one and didn't teleport. Then again, maybe there's a weight limit? Why would magical boxes be bound by trivialities like, wait, you're making a fat joke, aren't you? I see cleverness in the side effect of pigging out on Cinnabons. That's a low blow, Trashly. A low blow indeed. No lower than the blow you're about to you gave to the football captain, am I right? Bad, Trashly, bad. That memory is between me and God and Kyle. Focus. I'm just trying to keep you grounded. Now, don't you think this is a trap is more empirical possibility than the dumpsters or teleportation boxes? Teleportation boxes? Just a little? You think people would do that? Just go to Spain and lay traps? Proof is in the pudding, honey. I guess you're right. Oh, I didn't see what the last part is. I seem to have inherited what little you retained from high school. C. Sweet. Well, if you're just going to blurt out your opinion anyway, do you mind translating as needed, pretty please? I will be honored, your dumpiness. And turn off that jazz you've been playing. I hate jazz. I love jazz. I know you do. Is it really so dangerous out there that Leon can't take me with him? Anything's better than in a garbage bin. Why was that? And why is it so close to me? Do you really need me to translate chainsaw? No, but I would like to amend my previous complaint. I have never been more grateful to be in a garbage bin. Well, we better hope Boy Wonder can manage some power tools, or that gratitude is gonna evolve into starvation. Don't jinx it, please. As is often the case with events from when one experiences events from in a dumpster, I could only wait, listen, and wait. For a time, my metal prison hummed with the distant, hellish melody of chainsaw bullets and human screams. And then, silence. Why isn't he whistling? What is going on? Oh, he kicked down the ladder. I hurled myself out of the dumpster and inhaled fiercely. I looked around, but between the darkness and thunder, I couldn't tell where Leon was. Ashley, this is one of those helping moments you're apparently here for. Kind of busy right now, if you couldn't hear. This cheaply produced mood music doesn't just make itself, you know. Come on. Well, considering you're standing on a circular platform with a hole in the middle, I'd say your dreamboat is waiting for you in the harbor below. Admittedly, it took me a second to dissect the metaphor, but then Leon came into view, and all was well with the world. Aw, he kicked down the ladder on purpose. All aboard. He clicked it down on purpose. My muscles. The original safe space. Well, and you thought your dad was tone deaf. What are you going to do about now? What are you going on about now? Look around you. Barbed wire, sand barricades, funneling structures, and lookout towers. Up until very recently, a bunch of dead people thought this was their safe space. And then, the walking embodiment of the US military complex barged in and fucked up their shit. Your safety, their annihilation. Hey, don't try to make me feel guilty about this. I didn't decide to be kidnapped. And what decision do you think that these villagers made? I suppose they deserve death because you hopped in a car with a dude who takes fashion advice from the WWF? And look at your boy band singer turned secret agent here. He's purchasing your future with blood. Why do you think he's so stoic? Not because he's cool, so we can lower his therapy bill. You don't know anything about Leon. I'm pulling my data from the same sources as you, hon. No, I know what you're trying to do. Feeding on my insecurities. Trying to make me feel like I'm the only one at fault. You're an emotional parasite. Would making the obvious joke spoil our relationship? Didn't I tell you to shut up? Yes, but you also told me to translate as needed. I thought that might extend to more clarity. If not, mi malo. If you want to help so bad, go convince my bladder to hold on to its liquid gold investments just a little longer, and also stop this music. Well, I'll do what I can until you find it can. What a lame pun. Which means I'm lame, darn it. Oh no, more villagers, another dumpster, my god. Apparently tired of those malarkey, Leon ready to flash grenade and hurled it. Amidst the chaos, we bull rushed the crowd and bolted toward the exit. He must be out of ammo. But the villagers quickly regaining their eyesight, and with their zeal for murder, Leon hurriedly lifted the bar, blocking the door. He purposely kicked down the ladder, and that's the thing that my brain focused on that whole time. The large gate closed behind us, like the maw of a creature made brittle by time. There before us seemed to be something of a cliffside. I looked right and saw an opposing door, the exit I imagined, the path I thought to take. It's like that Robert Frost poem, two roads diverged in a wood and something, that made all the difference. What I'm saying is, I'm grateful that my body isn't cubes. Hey, wait a second. That ninja over there? He must have gone to the other path and just walked straight through. Damn it, Leon. When are you gonna learn that I'm right about everything? Situated between the paths was a large gate, adorned by a mask with one red glowing eye. Leon inspected the emblem briefly and then moved away toward a trail sloping off to the left. I guess puzzles don't interest you much when you yourself are a puzzle. At the top of the stairs, we stepped onto a gondola loading platform embedded in the mountainside. Love the patchwork sheet metal aesthetic they got going. Really reminds me of crippling poverty. The gondola cars moved up and down the line, so innocently committed to their electric destiny. It reminded me a lot of the American Rust Belt, charming as an idea in a third world sort of way. Fortunately, us coastal elites are much too savage to ever get on such an obvious death trap. Oh my god, wait for me, Leon. Okay, so we're on a rickety old gondola suspended who knows how many feet above the Spanish abyss. It's cool. We're cool. Not like anyone else will be riding this thing at this time of night, right? Surely you already know the answer to that question. Well, I do now. I wish I could see what's going on. I might be able to help with that. For real? Check it. What am I seeing? What Leon is seeing? How in the name of glorious F is that possible? Just a little repurposing of your overreactive imagination. Whoa. Wait, are you saying shut up and enjoy the shoot bang? Bust the ankles, foil the plans. Man, Leon is such a good shot in my imagination. Now, I'd like to think that those were just lone cultists making a pilgrimage of sorts, like the narrow planks representing their perilous finances, while the derelict gondola speaks to their hopes of the economy relevant. But the sweet reload is making me suspect it's another ambush. I'll tell you, I haven't been this pursued since that tabloid misadventure my senior year at Valley View High School. Good times. I held it close to Leon's back, partly to avoid being hurled off the gondola by the recoil movement, and partly to assess whether he smelled like sandalwood. Smelled like bust and sawdust? blood and sawdust. But that's never deterred anybody. That wasn't me. Hey, down in the frontal lobe, you mind? The show's about to come back on. Sorry. Man, if only sex were that satisfying. That was a really good shot. I mean, with Leon? Knowing your luck, he'd probably have a micropeen. That's not the worst thing. And give out your oral. No, not you too, Leon. Speaking of dirty deeds, you might want to watch the money shot speeding towards your face. What now? That was an axe. I got hit in the head with an axe. Oh, my stuff is red now. Oh, that's my health bar. Sorry, taking a drink. What happened? Am I alive? Well, more alive than that guy. I'll give Leon credit. He knows the right way to avenge a woman's honor, which is swiftly. Still, it's kind of horrible watching people fall into the Spanish abyss. Fortunately for my conscience, I'm already done with this thought. I'm in the red. Now on stable ground, I took inventory of my pain. Yeah, that seemed like a pretty good amount. I'm lucky that my face is free of hatchets, of course. Sure, but gratitude is a poor substitute for Tylenol. Oh, Neil leaned towards me with some kind of canister in hand. Are we gonna run a graffiti their gondola? Because I'm feeling exactly that spiteful. Whoa, why is he aiming that thing at me? What is this? Pesticide to keep the bugs from eating my battered flesh? Weird, it smells like plants. Like pot plants. Not like I would know anything about pot or have any experience with pot panics. All of a sudden there's this tingly feeling in my head. But I feel the throb starting to get far away. And I feel like chuckling. Oh my god, this is pot. Wow, I'm feeling like really good. Like so good I can almost forgive the axe hurling madman. I mean, he was just doing that because doing what his heart told him to do. Would I really be any different? Would any of us? We moseyed over to the long staircase leading downward and proceeded, not surprisingly, in that direction. Oh. We continued along the path until we soon came upon, who else? Ninja.
Welcome.
What's up, bro? Maybe it's just because I'm coming off a high, but something seems a little off about Ultra Ninja, doesn't it? There's just like an aura. Could also be his glowing red eyes. Yeah. But hey, I ain't gonna knock a dude for popping a J or 3 when this is your job. That's just self-care. We resumed our jog down the path and soon ran into another door, not unlike the ones in the village. Naturally, we proceed without any concern for our safety. Who cut the big cheese? Would you take a look at that? It's forest! Oh hey, that reminds me of playing that song Dark Black Forest on DDR. It's a long way to go, honey, he said. I know, but I'm afraid. Where are we going? She asked. Into the dark black forest. Soon the narrow path fanned out into a dead end featuring a solitary ramshackle warehouse type place. I bet 10 Spanish dollars that they keep the cultist Kool-Aid there. What else have we come, right? To find an antidote to the evil within. Evil within? Evil within? As we approached the door to the building, I swallowed hard, trying to fight back the encroaching sense of loneliness and dread radiating hardcore from this place. Still, I tried to seem brave, if only for Leon's sake. Ooh, cutscene.
You better stay outside. Ashley, go hide.
Yeah.
Well, that's a load off. Time to cower. There wasn't exactly a ton of hiding spots, and I thought it unwise to back myself into a corner. I nestled myself between a nearby tree and some weird log shed. From my excessively dingy cover, I watched Leon carefully open the door and become one with the darkness. Dun dun dun! I wonder what Leon's going in there for. Maybe to meet another secret agent? But that doesn't explain why I'd have to hide. Oh, unless he thinks they might double-cross him. Drama. At the same time, it seems pretty dangerous to just leave me out here in the open, in the middle of the forest, in the dead of night. Oh crap, I just remembered I'm vulnerable and terrified. Man, I never thought I would miss the dumpster. Garbage sanctuary. What is happening? Oh my god, the building is on fire. I mean, wow, I didn't know backstabbings happened that quick outside of a general hospital. I didn't really want to leave my hiding place, but I was afraid of what attention a flaming warehouse might draw amongst the saddlebound. Bereft of good ideas, I moved to the other side of the shed and desperately wished I could curl into a morph ball and just roll out of here. Instead, I squatted intensely and watched nervously for any signs of Leon. Each passing second burned away a little more of my hope. My hope rope, you might say. For a moment, I was petrified by the thought that Leon had been murdered. So much for Trashly being here to help me cope. Then again, it was kind of funny that she literally get bludgeoned into dormancy. Oh. Thank goodness. I like Trashly, but that's a little too much. Listening more closely, I could hear noises come from the warehouse. Unlike bullets and shrieking, a rather unholy melody. But if it signals a struggle, then that means Leon's alive. Give him hell, Leon, because otherwise, I'll leave your ass for Ninja and never look back. Another few minutes passed, and eventually the sounds dissipated. I took a chance to run up to the building, trying to hear better while avoiding first-degree burns. I heard something collapse, but it wasn't from inside. I peeked over the corner and saw the side of a building. I half expected Ninja standing there. Actually, did Ninja know about this? Did he tip out the secret agent? Is he the secret agent? Did he teleport into the building? Is it a quote that is a source with powers? So many questions. As if to undercut my mounting anxiety, Leon tumbled through a hole in the siding and rolled coolly to his feet. Nice. Oh my gosh, Leon is safe. I'm safe. Woohoo! Take that, Ninja, you potential traitor / love interest. I ran up to Leon, who looked a little scuffed and bruised. A good look on him, man. I might add, it was character. Maybe I should inquire further about the preceding incidents, you know? And that he knows I'm thinking about him? I kinda want to just ask, but I'll ask if he's hurt. You hurt? Okay, well, maybe I'll ask later. Probably for the best, considering that the building is smoking more than the 50s. We made our way back to the gondola station, but before boarding, Leon turned his gaze to the towering silhouette looming over the darkness. Is that a castle? It's huge. So huge that I'm not sure how I missed it before. I got hit by an axe. Right. Anyway, it'd be nice if someone could help us, like a prince. A rich, handsome, filthy, rich prince? Oh, what if Lewis is actually a prince? Like, he became disenchanted by wealth and decided to commit his life to people after he realized he'd been denied the luxuries he had so long taken for granted? Like light bulbs. Man, maybe Trashly was right about my overactive imagination. Although, really, is there a healthy upper limit to fantasizing? I certainly don't believe in one, and I'm still the boss of this brain. That sure looks nice. Most of the fog accentuating his excellent jawline and his arms. So smooth and defined. Not often that you find a guy who can balance out muscle and metro. I wonder what else he keeps shaved. 30 thoughts. He looks very contemplative with his head tilts. Sure is quiet without the threat of assault. I might not get many opportunities like this to chat with Leon. Maybe he'll answer a question or two. Hey, Leon. About this job? So what's the story behind you becoming my bodyguard, if you don't mind me asking? That's a little tough to explain. If you're worried about whether I can handle it, Leon, then don't. I'm tougher than I look. You're right. I shouldn't treat you like a kid. You've been through more than enough in a day. More in a day than people will endure in a lifetime. You remember the former president shooting off those missiles at Raccoon City? How could I not? My dad was Veep. It was all anybody talked about all at my high school. Granted, most of it was just Resident Evil jokes. Did your dad tell you anything about what caused the incident? No, he wouldn't talk about it in private, but I heard stuff from his cabinet. Sure, about something about a company called Umbrella making viruses in a bioweapon, and it leaked into the city? Sounds almost quaint when you say it. Are you making fun of me, Leon? No, it's just I was there when it all happened. The death, the destruction, the smell. The news didn't cover half of it, and people wouldn't believe it if they had. It was really hell on earth. What kind of things are we talking about? It's too horrible to describe. Let's leave it at that. Yeah, probably for the best. But what were you doing in the city? Did you get stuck in the quarantine? Actually, I had just graduated from the police academy and requested an assignment in Raccoon City Police Department. It was supposed to be my first day on the force. But I was young and stupid. I drove into town to see if I could help. Kinda hard to say with bad luck when I put myself in that situation. No, Leon. Sympathize with stupidly driving off places you don't belong. It sounds to me like you should get an answer, or get an award for worst first day ever. I guess my superiors thought so too. That's how I skipped a few rungs on the career ladder and wound up on the president's service. Of course, there are other reasons the government wants me close to the vest, but I'm afraid that's classified. Even for the president's daughter. Just you wait, Leon. I'll get my security clearance and learn all your secrets. Your call, sweetheart. Just don't be disappointed if you find more skeletons than secrets in my closet. He called me sweetheart! So, Umbrella is gone, right? On paper, yeah. In reality, I don't know. A company like that knows how to survive in the shadows. Do you think Umbrella has something to do with the village and everyone acting crazy? You're putting them pieces together pretty fast. Dad said you were smart. Huh. Well, smart enough to never tell anyone how I got into this mess. Part of me wants to say no, it's not possible, and I do believe Sadler is running the show here, but Umbrella did have a satellite operation in Europe, and then there was that woman. Woman? What woman? Woman in a red dress. I guess you haven't seen anybody like that? Red dress? Nope, I haven't seen anybody like that. Good thing too, because it sounds like competition. Although, wait a second. When I was crying in the church, I thought I heard someone rattling the doorknob, but I never came in. I wonder. Well, don't worry about it. It's all just speculation at this point, and besides, first priority is getting you out safely. Right. He's not telling me everything, but maybe that's for the best. I'm confused enough as it is, without layering on a chattery corporate subplot. I'm going to adjust some of the options real quick. Hopefully that's a little better. The gondola came to a halt, and my fantasy of continued conversation, and with it, my fantasy of future conversation. Onward, I guess. We jogged down a small hill and walked up to the large wooden door that Leon had inspected earlier. Leon began sifting his pockets. I wonder if he, like, swiped a key from the secret agent before, or if... Oh. Sweet, merciful Jesus. First off, you. Secondly, maybe I should have asked what went down in that warehouse. Thirdly, scratch number 2. I made the right choice by not asking. Still, in the spirits of the times, I like to say that this whole thing has become really unpleasant to my eyes. We stepped through the gate and... Okay, now hold on a second. Can we just stop? Honor the fact that a total hottie just opened a door with another person's eyeball? This is so nuts. I mean, these people don't even have toilets, and they're building doors with retina scanners. I know I live in a gated community, so glass houses and all that, but the wealth gap is borderline American. Whew, okay, I'm good now. Just had to clear the air. Continue, me. Why, thank you, me. I'd be happy to. Where was I? Alright. On the other side of the gate, that was a very tight path leading up. The path was enclosed by rocky embankment and totally climbable. But Leon seemed fine with walking down the old straight and narrow. It's not like we're trying to escape an area bristling with hostility or anything. What's that rumbling sound? Ugh. I swung my head backwards, paranoid that the villagers Leon had blinded finally regained their senses and came back to enact vengeance. Nobody was behind us, and I thought for a second maybe Trashley was pulling some brain wires. Then I looked at Leon, whose grip on his pistol signaled that I was a fool for looking in the wrong directions. Oh god, is that a truck? On this tiny road, we'll be crushed. Which is almost certainly the point. I mean, if we just go back to the door, even if they crash through the gate, the momentum would probably cause them to fly over the cliff. Am I a genius or what? I thought about bolting, but Leon held firm. If I run now, it might distract him, but it also might get him off this road. I don't want him to think I don't trust him. Men love a girl with undying certainty. I'm going to say real quick. Don't they? That certainly feels true. Check that, run. As if sensing my desire to flee, Leon stepped back and raised his weapon to the night. I can't run now. It'll throw off Leon's aim, and then he'll be crushed. It's my moral obligation not to let that happen to his hair. Don't make me regret this, Leon. Oh, come on, professional. Yeah. Ugh. That was cool. Now that is how you propose to someone. Meanwhile, 20 feet away, as I began to plan out our wedding, we slipped past the flaming truck and continued up our path. They had to use the retina scanner too. Oh my gosh. I didn't even think about that. Leon. Oh my god, Leon, you flippin' dolt. You gave him the key. With the villagers doing their best impression of a stampede, Leon and I looked honestly at one another. His eyes said, I've got a plan. My eyes said, this is your fault. Because where are we supposed to go? As the villagers drew uncomfortably near, I temporarily forgave Leon for his earlier poor judgment and looked at him for guidance. He flicked his eyes at the crane to my left. Such plans, much thought. Ugh, look at the rust on this thing, and I thought I've got too long without a loving touch. Focus, Ashley. Cultists. Cultists with torches. I took hold of the handle and looked at Leon for a signal. I knew it was just going to be more quiet body language, but I never imagined a seductive wink/blow-kiss combo. Anything to keep this spark alive. But I imagined. I thought that he actually did that. Because I read it as I never imagined. Wow, actual words! I'm so motivated. Let's push this crank, Noodle Arms. Push it real good. Nice. And now we're stuck in the castle. We did it! Does this qualify us for a relationship upgrade? I mean, we're not quite dodging ancient traps in unison yet, but I think there's real potential.
Come on.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of confidence about what we'll find in this castle, but given everything so far, I'm going to... I think Ghost of Vincent Price is a reasonable gamble. I think we're heading into chapter 2 now. In which case we'll be switching. There it is! Traps will tear us apart. I think there's 4 chapters? Maybe? Oh yeah. After it's done loading it, I'll save. And then we'll switch out. Hold on, actually. I can do this. I can do this. And then I'll switch as it goes. But man, I'm enjoying that. I'm liking it. Oh my gosh. I knew that there were going to be a lot of references. People said that the humor was pretty good throughout it, and they enjoyed some of the references. But there's a lot of various kinds. It's really nice, actually. A little foul at times, but in a good way. Let's see. I'm going to lower my own volume a little bit. I have quite a few games. Switch up the title. Go with... do Rat King next. Rotten Rat. I actually don't. Oh, that's so cute! There was a super cute animation to load into the chapter. Exit. Hey, going somewhere? Hold on. Hold on. Hey, going somewhere? I gotta go. Fine, I'll be waiting. Okay.